This is how most AI agents get built today. One giant framework, a sprawling graph of moving parts. It runs until one node deep inside throws an error and nobody can tell where it actually broke. And all you wanted was one call to a model. What you got was an agent inside an executor, inside a chain, your real prompt buried 8 layers down, under code you never wrote. So developers are walking away. Their words, unstable, the abstractions are overcomplicated, the docs never match. Even LangChain's own team now says it. For agents, don't use LangChain. Here's the secret no framework wants to admit. Strip everything away, and an agent is just three things: a model, some tools, and a loop. That is the entire idea. So instead of one massive agent that does everything, people build the opposite. Many tiny agents, one job each, 2 or 3 tools. A tight loop. Micro agents, think microservices for intelligence. 2 names keep coming up. First, Pydantic AI, from the team behind the validation library half of Python already runs on. Type-safe agents and 15 million downloads. Second, small agents from Hugging Face. The whole agent engine is about 1,000 lines of code, and its agents write their actions as plain Python instead of clunky JSON. And that is the real unlock. A micro agent is small enough to read end to end, every line, every tool, the exact prompt. Try doing that inside a framework. For 2 years, the answer to everything was add more framework. Now the pendulum is swinging hard the other way. Less framework, more engineering. So here is the rule this whole video comes back to. Use the smallest thing that works. Let's break down why the giants got so big and what the lightweight crowd does instead. Start with the cost you can actually measure. Every layer of abstraction is code that runs on every single call. Same task, benchmarked, a direct API call against the framework stacked on top. The heavier the framework, the more time and tokens you burn before the model even thinks. But the bigger cost is the one you can't see. The framework quietly assembles your prompt, injects its own instructions, and decides when to call a tool, all behind the curtain. So when the model does something dumb, you can't even tell what it was actually asked, which makes debugging miserable. The bug isn't in your 50 lines, it's somewhere in the framework's 50,000, so you end up stepping through abstractions you didn't write, in a stack trace that's mostly somebody else's code, and the ground keeps moving under you. LangChain rocketed past 100,000 GitHub stars and became just as famous for breaking changes between versions. The interface you learned last quarter is deprecated this one. Popularity was never the same thing as stability. Now, to be fair, the giants grew up, the field consolidated. LangChain pushed agents onto LangGraph. Microsoft fused AutoGen and semantic kernel into one agent framework. CrewAI raised 18 million and now runs inside most of the Fortune 500. And sometimes you genuinely need that machinery. Long-running workflows that must survive a crash. Deep observability, state that persists for hours, strict roles and audit trails. If that is you, a heavy framework earns its weight. The catch is, most projects simply aren't that. So let's rebuild an agent from nothing. Start with the model, give it tools it can call, search, code, a database. Add a little memory of what has happened so far. That is the whole engine. Anthropic calls it the augmented LLM. And there's a fork most people skip right past. A workflow runs your model through steps that you wrote, predictable and easy to trace. An agent lets the model choose its own next move, flexible but harder to control. Both are valid. Most tasks only need the first. This is the advice straight from Anthropic's own guide on building agents. Find the simplest thing that solves the problem. Only add complexity when it clearly pays for itself. And don't reach for a framework when a plain API call would do. Because most of what people call agents are really just a handful of simple patterns. Chain a few prompts, route to the right one, run some in parallel, have one coordinate the workers, have one check another's work, compose those, no giant graph required. And when you do need a true agent, the loop is almost boring. Send the model the goal and its tools. It picks one, you run it, you hand back the result, it looks again and decides keep going or done. Round and round until the job is finished. Now the architecture itself. The monolith hands one model 30 tools and a giant prompt and hopes for the best. The micro-agent approach splits that into a team, each agent with a narrow job, a couple of tools, and a prompt you can actually read. And the real magic is in the constraint. Give a model 5 tools, and it picks the right one almost every time. Give it 50 and it gets confused. A small, single-purpose agent is more reliable precisely because it is allowed to do less. So how do they work together? A thin router reads the request and hands it to the right specialist. Or you wrap a whole agent as a tool and let another agent call it. There's no central graph to maintain, just small pieces that plug into each other. It keeps the context window lean too. A focused agent loads only what its one job needs, not every tool, document, and instruction at once. Less in the window means a sharper model, lower cost, and far fewer ways to quietly go wrong. There's even a manifesto for this, 12-factor agents. The themes keep repeating. Own your prompts, own your context window. Keep each agent small and focused. Treat them like real software you control, not magic you hope behaves. So what do you actually build with? Start with Pydantic AI. It feels like fast API, but for agents. Model agnostic, so you can swap GPT for Claude or Gemini in a single line. Real dependency injection. And observability through open standards, not a walled garden. But the headline feature is types. You describe the shape of the answer as a Pydantic model, and the framework forces the model's output to match it, or retries until it does. No more parsing fragile text. You get a clean, validated object back every single time. Then there's small agents. Minimalism taken to the extreme. Its big idea, instead of emitting JSON to call a tool, the agent writes actual Python code and runs it. One block can call 3 tools, loop, and branch, where JSON would need 3 slow round trips, and the whole thing stays tiny. A working agent is a handful of lines. Pick a model, hand it a few tools, give it the task. The code runs inside a sandbox, so it stays safe. No executor, no ceremony, just an agent that thinks in code. And this is a whole movement now, not 2 libraries. OpenAI shipped a deliberately lightweight agents SDK. There's Atomic Agents, Google's ADK, Mostra for TypeScript, DSPY for tuning the prompts themselves. Different flavors, the same instinct, keep it thin. Look closely and they all rhyme. Thin over thick. Model agnostic, so you're never locked in. They speak MCP to reach their tools. They emit open telemetry you can actually inspect. And above all else, you own the loop, not the framework. Now the honest catch. Thin does not mean free. The glue the big frameworks handed you. Retries, state, coordination, you now write yourself. And the moment you have many small agents all talking, you've traded one hard problem for a fresh one. Orchestration. And no, the giants are not dead. For a genuinely complex, stateful, regulated system, LangGraph and the Microsoft Agent Framework are doing serious work in production. This was never frameworks bad. It's matched the tool to the actual job. Which brings us right back to the rule. Start with one agent. Reach for a framework only when the pain is real and specific, not because a tutorial told you to. Most of the time, the smallest thing genuinely does work, and the win is at the back of small. Standards like MCP now handle the messy plumbing the frameworks used to own. When the tools and the telemetry are standardized, the framework can stay thin and the engineering stays yours. So here's the whole thing in one breath. An agent is a model, some tools, and a loop. Keep each one small and single purpose. Own your prompts and your context. And always, always use the smallest thing that works. If this finally made agents click, subscribe. Cloud Codes takes apart one system like this every single week. Build, solve, deploy. And I'll see you in the next one.